So I'm going to make a bread and butter pudding. It's gluten-free and dairy-free, but it's not free from flavour and deliciousness.
I'll just stop you there, Zoe. You can't call it a bread and butter pudding if it doesn't have butter in it. That'd be cheating, wouldn't it?
Well, you know what? I'm just going to show you how I'm going to do it and make it delicious.
Okay.
So, Adrian, I'm going to get you started on cutting the bread. So what I've got is I've got a really delicious gluten-free bread.
Nice.
It's a fruit toast. This is the perfect thing.
Smells great.
It's really nice. So this is the perfect kind of thing to use when you've that bread that's kind of getting maybe a little past its best date. Freeze it, and then you can use it for something like this. But I get excited because there's so many brilliant, good quality gluten-free breads on the market now. You know, before it was like this rock-hard type of bread that you'd eat.
It tasted like baking powder, basically, yeah. Yep.
It was not nice. But it's really exciting that there are lots and lots of options because it really means that you don't miss out anymore. Sure. So instead of using milk, I'm going to use almond milk, or cow's milk, I should say.
Nice.
I'm going to use the almond milk. There's 2.5 cups going in there. Now, if by chance you are egg intolerant, you can use chia seeds. I have used it. It doesn't have the same level or same texture, but it is a nice alternative for someone who maybe really is egg intolerant as well as being completely lactose intolerant as well. All right, pop your egg in there, and last but not least, the 4th egg. Now, I'm going to use a little bit of cashew butter. Again, I love using something like this because of that creamy texture, and this is the alternative to butter. You know, using these nut butters, they've got a really lovely high fat content, so good fats. These are omega fats, but also I think texturally they're quite good.
That's how you got around it, by using another type of butter.
I've got something with butter in the word.
There we go. We'll let you get away with it. There we go.
Just got to kind of, you know, win Adrian over in any way you possibly can. Look, I'm excited that you're actually, you know, being a putters, and I'm so excited to see what you make.
Oh, you'll
and
love it.
somewhat nervous as well.
Not at all, but I'm actually, all the gluten-free breads and stuff are really, really amazing now, and all the products that you can get for intolerance. I'm amazed at how many people are intolerant to things, so there's lots and lots of products that are around for people to use.
Look, I mean, ultimately, you want to try and work on someone's immune system and get them as healthy as they can, so if they have smaller intolerances, the body can naturally fight it.
Oh, I reckon a bacon and egg sandwich would be delicious right now. That would support my... There we go.
Your intolerances.
Do you want me to cut some nuts up for you?
Yeah, that'd be great. So a couple of tablespoons, about 4 tablespoons in total of the nuts, and I've got some dried fruit. So when I use dried fruit, I always try and use organic, ideally, or sulphur-free if you can as well. I think that's the best way just to get the best quality product you possibly can. So now it's all about putting this together. So you can do a little bit of the bread in each bowl. Pop that in there. So just ladle a little bit into each one and just sort of layer it up so it really, the bread sort of soaks into it. It doesn't matter what order you really do this in, but I like to sort of just put a little bit of that liquid straight away so it gets right down to the bottom.
I like to soak the bread, you know, for an hour or two so that the actual liquid softens the bread up and it bakes.
That really is the best approach. And then a little bit of nuts, and you can put a little bit of that dried fruit.
Put that on for you.
Any dried fruit. I've also used fresh apple is gorgeous, or fresh pear as well. So, you know, just be as creative as you'd like.
There we go. Another layer on top of each
please.
one. Now, I did notice that the gluten-free bread is just a little bit crumbly, so you have to be careful with
That's why it is perfect for something like this, because it really, you know, is that bread that you can sort of absorb flavours in.
There we go. And I can squish it down with my fingers as well, can't I? There we go.
Excellent. It's good teamwork, this one.
I like it. I like it.
All right. And then just a couple more ladles of the egg mixture.
Nice.
Come from this way. There we
and you've got one of those special little ladles with a little little lip on the side of it to let it out.
It makes it a lot easier to get all the liquid in there, which is good.
And I can pop another layer on top?
Yeah, sorry, I'm probably in your way now.
Not at all.
Just because my ladle lip goes this direction, it's a little bit easier to do it this way.
I can just slide in underneath your arm there. That's easy.
Perfect. Here we go. And just keep filling these ramekins all the way.
It looks like you've got a lot in there, but as the bread soaks up that mixture... Oops. Oh, there we go. A little bit all over the place. There we go.
This is, I've got to say, I'm not doing my finest moment of pouring these things coming from the other angle.
That's all right. You're sort of backwards, aren't you? There we go.
I'm getting it everywhere.
There we go. Making a hell of a mess.
I'm making a lot of mess. Emily would be really happy because instead of her making the mess, it's me making the mess.
There we go. See, Mum does make messes sometimes. There we go. There we go.
It's well, as my husband would say, it's a very exuberant personality that I have. That's why I'm so messy. Or as my dad would say, I'm a bull in the china shop. So.
Bull in the china shop, I like that.
All right, so just keep filling it up. Use all of the last of the liquid. And then, Adrian, you'll see I've got this melted virgin coconut oil.
Got that.
And you just want to brush the top. I've got a little basting brush there.
Yep, gotcha.
So use all of this up. You know, that kind of is the custard. It's the element that's going to help to sort of set.
But you try and use it all up inside the ramekin if you can, don't you? Put a little bit on top like
Just
that.
a little bit.
Is that okay like that?
Yeah.
There we go.
I've preheated the oven to 180 degrees. It's going to take about 25 to 30 minutes. Let it cool slightly, and then we can eat our gluten-free, dairy-free puddings. Yum. I've let this cool for about 10 minutes and I've chopped up some nice berries.
Hang on a second, Zoe. These don't look the same as the book. You've left the crust on the book and you've got them in nice big dishes. This is too small.
Well, this is the perfect portion for one. That's the perfect portion for two.
There's two of us. There we go. Now, I should grab some of this and have a taste.
Tell me what you think.
Ooh, it's hot.
A bit hot? Ooh.
Yeah, it looks good. It looks like a regular bread and butter pudding, which is what I like.
Ideal.
That's the idea. Another little taste of that one. What I'm looking for is the sweetness. It should still be sweet if it's dessert. Not bad. Could do with a hint of sugar in it, you know, or drizzle something on it, but you know what? It's actually got a nice consistency to it. I would never know that it's not a real bread and butter pudding.
Yep.
I wouldn't know that it's gluten-free bread. It tastes like normal bread to me.
You know what? It goes to show that just because you have intolerances doesn't mean you have to, you know, not have all the flavour and taste and interest like a dessert like this.
Need some ice cream, though.